Howdy, Scabber. Been looking for some help around these parts. You the answer to my prayers?
If I help, I expect to get paid.
You reap what you sow. It'll be worth your time. Promise. Name's Eli. I come from the West. Born and raised in Arroyo, California, under the rule of the NCR, the New California Republic. One of the NCR generals was a preacher and was cherished by his congregation. Wasn't too fond of him, so I did a little digging. Found out he was using the good book to abuse his women and forced the men to work long hours for no pay. When the church members caught me snooping around, he exiled me, left to wander the waste alone. Came across Good Springs, Nevada, and lived there for a few years. One night I heard the voice of God thunder in my ear. Felt him tell me that in the right hands, his word can be used for good. He commanded me to find all of them left after the Great War. Been traveling eastward, collecting all these here books ever since. But I can't do it alone. From word of mouth around the Commonwealth, the last known book might be in that old forgotten church in the glowing sea. Had to cross that hellhole to get here. Ain't no way I'm going back, though, 'cause where God ain't, I don't want to be.
What do you want from me?
I'll be honest with you. I've already soaked up too many rads on my journey, and I'm running low on supplies. Need to conserve as much as I can. If you travel to the glowing sea and find that book for me, I'll give you 400 caps for your efforts.
How about 500 caps?
Haggler, eh? I like that. 500 it is. What do you say?
I'll help if I can.
God bless you, Scabber. Come back to me when you found it. May the good Lord be with you every step you take in the wasteland.
Hey, I've been borrowing.
Welcome back. It needs some refinement, but I think we can consider my serum a qualified success.
This is incredible.
It is a significant first step, but it still only works on one strain of FEV. It will take years, perhaps decades, to generalize my formula. Still, you have my gratitude. You're welcome to make use of my lab, or help yourself to any of this junk if you want it. In the meantime, I have a lot of experiments to run. Excuse me.
Protect and serve.
can't pick this.
Serious glow sticking around here.
What the?
Oh.
Huh? Oh, hell no!
Let's go! I guess you could call that trying.
Everyone's here, General. There it is. Pretty impressive, huh? Its real name is Fort Independence, but the Minutemen always just called it the castle. Now you can see why I wanted to take it back.
Definitely. For 600 years old, it's in pretty good shape.
That's right. They don't make them like they used to. We take this place back, people will know we mean business. Our primary objective is to clear the courtyard. That's where we should see the most opposition. The wall on this side is the most exposed. But if we circle around south, we could also reach the main gate.
What are we waiting for? Let's just get in there and shoot those lobsters.
No. If we split up, we can flank them from both sides. It'll be like shooting fish in a barrel.
Why not let them come to us? We said...
Well, General, what do you think?
Let's not overcomplicate this. Just get in there and hit them with everything we've got.
If you say so. All right, people. You heard. Try not to draw their attention until we're in.
old buildings, so the walls are probably cold.
It looks that way. Here's how we're gonna play this. The General and I will clear the wall.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this, General. Every shot counts. We've got this. Just keep your cool. That's over.
This isn't no day.
Handled yourself pretty well, brother.
Let's focus on getting the radio fixed for right now. All right. Good work, people. But we aren't done yet. The General and I are gonna have a look at the radio to see what shape it's in. The rest of you, clear out any remaining Mirelurks or eggs you find. Wow, we really did it. I've been watching the Minutemen fall to pieces for so long, I just...
Stay safe, people.
This is really something. Now we've got to pay off on what we've started. Bring the whole Commonwealth together and make it last this time. So, you know, back to business. But with Radio Freedom up and running, we can broadcast alerts to you anywhere, anytime. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause. Hey.
Greetings, Wastelander. I have kept my eye on you for some time.
I got your message. What do you want?
I am Gawani of the Brahminwood tribe. Our elder, Charon, tasked us to travel the wasteland and continue aiding the Brotherhood of Steel. I was about to set sail back to my home, but the sight and the spirits of the sacred Datura revealed you to me. You have been through many a pain, injustice, and strife, but have overcome and survived for longer than any living soul could imagine on this troubling plane of existence. You seek entry to the abandoned House of Faith. You seek a book that has both torn apart and united many. And above all, you seek to survive, while lending aid to your fellow man. For that, you are worthy of a sacred Datura. But first you must prepare yourself, both physically and spiritually.
Okay.
The man in the house, Pastor Kane, is dangerous. He has walked this earth since the nuclear energy rained down from the sky over 200 years ago. He was a crooked pastor, and now suffers a life worse than the lives he gave those he called his people. Radiation has poisoned his mind and body. He will defend what he believes is rightfully his. If he is left to exist on this plane, there is no telling what havoc he will wreak. That is why you must prove your worth by retrieving that book, so it can be put into the right hands.
What do I need to do?
You have come a long way. I am glad our paths have crossed. Being able to share the gift of the sight is truly a blessing in its purest form. For what you seek will be revealed to you by taking part of the ancient ritual passed down to me from the souls of Zion. Take this. It is the sacred Datura root. Crush it into the tea beside me, and you will enter the land of the Datura. There, you will face tribulation. But if your will proves more powerful, your destiny will be fulfilled.
Nah, what the hell? I'll try it.
Prepare yourself, Wastelander. The sacred Datura root favors no living thing. It is only a gateway to reveal the path. I shall return to my home. If I do not see you again in this realm, remember this. He who fears, he will suffer. Already suffers. Because he fears.
Hey, Hancock.
Hey, when you got time, I got something I still need you to hear.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. It's just being out here with you, it's made me realize most of my life to this point, I've been running out on the good things I got. I skipped out on my family, my life in Diamond City, took up with you just to get out of Good Neighbor. Hell, running from myself is what made me into a damn ghoul. But being here with you for the and running, it's the furthest thing from my mind. I mean, I left Good Neighbor thinking I was gonna just sharpen up the old killer instinct. But whether it's fate, or destiny, or just goddamn coincidence, I ended up with someone like you. I turned one of the nastiest settlements in the Commonwealth into a refuge for the lost. I thought I'd done something I could hang my hat on. But being out here with you, it's made me realize just how small time, and that maybe all my running, from my life, myself, maybe it wasn't such a bad thing after all.
You may have run.
Been trying to convince myself of that for a long time. But hearing that, I don't know if you understand what that means to me. So let me get to the point. Throwing in, it's like I found a part of myself I never realized was missing. Which, if I hadn't taken up with you, I'd probably be in a gutter somewhere. You have been.
I know the feeling. You're a damn fine man, Hancock. I'm lucky to have you at my side.
And God help any of them who get in our way. Well, I know I could stand to listen about how wonderful. Thanks for hearing me.
Hey.
You look like you could use this.
It's time we parted company.
Yes, all good things.
Uh-huh. Hey,
Here, babe. So, what's next?
you can head home now.
All right, I'll...
Excuse me. Excuse me. Hey. Hey there. Ahem. Don't have the key. Got it. Sweet. Hi.
Well, I'll be. Glad to see the good Lord kept you safe. Got that book?
Yes, here you go.
Hallelujah. You're all right, Slick. Thanks a mil. As promised, here's your caps. And take this here weapon as a tip. Served me well back when I was hunting ghouls in D.C. And may the good Lord continue to watch over and protect you in the wasteland.
Yes. You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, sir.
There you are, you little bastard. Where'd that little fucker go? Ah, man, come back! I was having fun!
That's it. Got it. There we go. Yes.
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to...
Well, he might not be alone up there. That's all, sir.
There we go.
Well done. By your gear, I'm ready to get us into our agents just like me. So, made it to the top.
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
You okay? What the? Shit!
Nice work, sir. I'll take the synth back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth B592.
I wouldn't be here not for your son.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards, hanging their victims up like trophies. I'm just glad it's over.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take comfort in the knowledge that the threat has been removed. But enough about that. The task is done, and you've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased.
Good evening. Call this a clean floor.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
You're done studying? You have nothing left?
Yes. Well, it's almost all done.
All right, well, if you are so...
Your new quarters
then
are
why don't
here,
I quiz
sir.
you right now?
Wait. Actually, there might be something else I missed.
When you're finished
I think I
here,
should read
sir,
it again to be safe.
Father wants to see you.
I'm not scared of the surface.
Operating at full capacity.
Son.
Ah. Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
After everything I've been through to find you, I think you already know.
I'm sorry, Father. Of course. You're right. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the Railroad. So you're aware of their misguided beliefs?
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the railroad can hide them.
Sounds pretty simple.
Hopefully, yes. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the railroad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take them down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take. So get it done.
Tom needs you. He keeps bugging me about it.
Hey, Synth.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are in the situation. We move in.
Hey, I'm gonna need some of your grenades.
Very well. Limited backup will be available to us. Here are the recall codes. SRB intelligence reports indicate... Remember,
Gonna be a good fight!
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no... Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? Perhaps most curious to me. Would you...
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, soon I hope.
Sure.
A future which I hope is... Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We got our asses kicked. Does it matter how?
The chances of failing this mission were so astronomically low that yes, it does matter. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which... It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Sounds like those raiders are quite a handful.
Perfect.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Let's get this Directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's important. Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are
Justin.
Very good,
Do you
thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
Of course.
Really? Well, there's no shame in being out of the loop, as it were. The project has been classified for quite a long time. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute, many compromises, and...
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Nuclear power? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
Not in our hands. I assure you this is the answer. This is... The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have... And to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires...
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
You can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please, I am sorry. This...
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has a... I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
It's my responsibility to make sure this
I
place
had no
runs
idea.
smoothly.
I know
Hey,
this is...
What do you need?
Well, it's a lot to take in at once.
I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I don't know if I'm right for this.
Well, I clearly have faith in you. There's no question that some of the Directorate... That's why I'd like you to take charge.
Sure.
There are hard decisions ahead for all of us.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
Dr. Fillmore.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got it in my hands. I'm going with you.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. I don't like going above ground unless there's no other option. But here we are, with our options dwindling quickly. Not to put more pressure on you, but we have to move quickly on this. Word is that the Brotherhood is nosing around the area. We don't want them getting the agitator before we do. Head on up to the relay, and I'll meet you there.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Let's see what you got.
I can't express how truly humbling it is to stand in your presence.